Who are you? And what are you doing here? You know, sometimes when you break out and you do something that's not the norm in your own inner circles, you seem weird. You seem weird, like to your friends or your family or whatever, because most people, they do the same thing all the time, like generation after generation. Like, a lot of times a person does what their parents did, and they live like their parents lived, and their parents live like their parents lived, maybe with a little bit of increase, or maybe more than a little bit of increase, but overall it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same lifestyle. For example, a person can have a similar but better life than their parents. They can have a better job. They can have a bigger house. They can go further in terms of education, but they still have the same eating habits. They still eat the same things that their parents ate. Not that it's good for them, but that's just what they know. That's one of the things they've been taught, that they continue to pass on to their kids, the next generation. So, something like that, if you start to eat a plant-based diet, if your parents, if your family, if they are not familiar with that, it seems weird to them. It seems strange. And they will let you know that. But the thing is, you can't really worry about that, because that's you. That's you doing something different. That's you being more of who you are. And not just with the food, but just things in general. Sometimes if you want to move, sometimes if you live in a certain place and your family has all lived there for years, your family has lived in this one place, and then you want to move. It's like, what? Why would you leave? Like you're almost ostracized. It's like you're like an outcast in your family because you want to leave, you want to move. That's the point, I think, for me. One of the biggest points of life is to be conscious of who you are and what's best for you. I mean, this life is an adventure. If that's what you're seeking, if that's your take on it. I mean, you could be normal. You could be like the rest of your family and your friends. You could live in the same place, eat the same foods, and live the same life as everyone else. But if you decide not to, you're not a weirdo. Or maybe you are, and that's okay. That's okay. It's okay if you live a life that other people don't understand. As long as you're not hurting people, you have a legitimate life that you're living. Other people don't get it, but it's working for you. I mean, it's almost a purpose. That's almost what life is all about. You have to figure out who you are. Figure out what's best for you. You could change generations in your family by doing your thing. You could change generations, and that would be a pretty big deal in a person's life. Hey. That would be a pretty big deal in a person's life, to actually change generations. It's like making history within your own family. You can change your family tree by trying to discover who you are. I read a book. The book is called The Alchemist. The name of the book is The Alchemist. A fantastic book, probably the best book I ever read, about a shepherd boy who went out into the world. He wanted to leave his farm, this place where he was from, to find his personal compass. Personal compass is what they called it in the book. Is basically your path. Find out why he was here. Why? What? It goes back to one of my last videos. What's your why? So, if you find yourself becoming a weirdo for these reasons, it's perfectly okay. Be a weirdo. Thank you for stopping by. This is my channel, Perio333, and I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.